Odotai and Donna Del Mondo have a war. I am Chris with the Joshi Wrestling Recap for Stardom April 10th, 2022, available on Stardom World. Stardom put on a great show headlined by a Goddess of Stardom tag title match and also included two good Cinderella tournament matches. This was a multi-camera show with no commentary. The opening match on the card was a trios match between Donald Del Mondo and Queen's Quest. For Queen's Quest we had Utami Hayashishita, Sai Kamitani, and Lady C. For Donald Del Mondo, we had Mei Sakurai, Maika, and Natsupoi representing. This match was a mini preview of the next Wonder of Stardom White Belt Championship match. After Maika and Saya Kamitani eliminated each other in the Cinderella tournament, Maika challenged Saya for her Wonder of Stardom title, and Saya Kamitani accepted. As for the match itself, it was a nice opening trios match. It wasn't as chaotic as most other Stardom multi-women tag matches. Interference was kept only to 3 instances, which sounds like a lot, but not for Stardom. Sai Kamitani took over the middle portion of this match for her team, and while it wasn't long, Sai Kamitani and Natsupoi had a nice section of the match against each other. When Natsupoi tagged in Maika at about the halfway mark of the match, Maika stayed in the ring for the remainder. Maika took advantage of a missed Saya Kamitani's second rope dropkick to start grinding her boot into Saya's face. Saya Kamitani did fire up a bit later, and got a nice top rope dropkick to land, and she tagged out to Lady C. Lady C pressed the advantage as well as she could, and got Maika in a vulnerable position, but a well-timed triple team by Donald Del Mondo gave Maika the time she needed to recollect herself, and after a lariat, put Lady C away with the Falcon Arrow 2 for the pinfall victory. After the match, Sai Kamitani kinda taunted Maika with her Wonder of Stardom belt. The title match between Sai Kamitani and Maika will be happening on May 5th. The second match was a tag match with a bit of a surprising outcome. Saki Kashima and Ruaka versus newly formed God's Eye team of Mirai and Ami Sourei. In pre-match comments, Saki Kashima and Ruaka seemed dismissive of Mirai and can't even remember Ami Sourei's name. Meanwhile, Mirai said that they have to watch out for the Freezer Bomb and Kishikaise, but they will win. Before the bell, Saki Kashima and Ruaka jumped Mirai and Ami Sourei and isolated Mirai. Mirai got worked over first by Saki Kashima and later Ruaka, lots of choking and closed fist punches to the gut from Ruaka. Mirai was able to tag out after a big body slam in Saki Kashima, and Ami Sourei got in the ring. They are keeping Ami Sourei matches pretty simple right now, lots of shoulder tackles mostly, which look good. The audience seemed to like the shoulder tackle battle she had with Ruaka. As for the surprising outcome I mentioned earlier, the end of the match saw Mirai and Saki Kashima in the ring, with things not looking good for Saki after taking a facebuster. Saki Kashima tried what worked in the past and tried to win with a surprise Kishikaise, but Mirai was ready and blocked it, which popped the crowd. Mirai then hit 2 lariats on Saki Kashima and got the victory. Mirai and Saki Kashima are still in the Cinderella tournament, but Saki does need to beat Mayu Iwatani first before they can meet in the quarterfinals, so I wonder if this pin means something or not. The next match was an 8-women's tag match between Stars and Cosmic Angels. Representing Stars was Mayu Iwatani, Saida, Momo Kogo, and Kaguma. For Cosmic Angels we had Tom Nakano, Waka Tsukiyama, Unagi Sayaka, and Mina Shirakawa. Before the match, Cosmic Angels said they would win for Waka. Let's see how that went. And Cosmic Angels did their dance to the ring like normal, and Waka is still bad at it, but she is better than last time. This was an alright match, nothing really special. There was a lot of Momo Kogo in this match. It almost felt like the match was Momo Kogo getting beat up by Cosmic Angels. I was actually impressed by a really small thing though. That was Saida's selling of the suplexes she took in this match. She really made them look impactful. The match was really over once it was Waka Tsukiyama in the ring, and Momo Kogo was dragged by Kaguma into the corner so Mayu Iwatani could tag in. Exactly 2 minutes after that, Mayu Iwatani hit a top corner frog splash for the pinfall victory over Waka. In Japanese Joshi wrestling, it is very common for new wrestlers to lose a lot their first couple years. It took Lady C almost 10 months to get her first victory, but Waka is going to keep trying her hardest, and that's why the audience likes her. The fourth match on the card was the Cinderella tournament second round match between Hazuki and Azumi. This was short but great. There's not much I can say about this match because Azumi and Hazuki pretty much went out and had a high speed match. This was non-stop action. A lot of it took place on the ring apron, and the only break in the action was when Hazuki tried to pump up the crowd. Because this was pretty much a high speed match, I was surprised by the finish. Hazuki got back in the ring with a drop kick off the top rope and hit a barrage of moves on Azumi, then tried to pin her. Azumi reversed the pin attempt into one of her own, but Hazuki reversed that and got the pinfall victory with a Magistral Cradle to win in advance of the quarterfinals. That super fast-paced match was followed by a slower, more hard-hitting match. Shuri and Himeka met in the other Cinderella tournament's second round match on the card. Surprisingly, Himeka and Shuri had not met in singles competition before this, and they put on a good match. You may think that Himeka would be mad at Shuri for leaving Donald Del Mondo, but that is not the case. It almost feels like she respects Shuri for leaving and walking her own path. Himeka got the jump on Shuri by attacking her right when the bell rang, but Shuri was able to slow the match down with holds to stop Himeka's momentum. Both wrestlers hit each other with their best shots, lots of kicks and submission holds by Shuri, while Himeka dealt out lariats and power moves. Himeka got control of the match with a well-timed lariat, then hit the JP Coaster, which is one of her finishers, but Shuri kicked out. Himeka then followed that with a power bomb, but in the act of covering Shuri, Shuri reversed the pin into an armbar submission, and then time expired. Time limit draw. Both are eliminated from the tournament. After the bell, Shuri got on the mic and offered Himeka a red belt title shot. She was frustrated with the time limit draw. Himeka agreed, and so there will be a red belt title shot at some point in the future. That brings us to the main event, a Goddess of Stardom tag team title match between current champions Black Desire, which is Starlight Kid and Momo Watanabe, versus Black Designer, the team of Tekla and Julia. This was a great pay-per-view level match. Stardom really shines brightest during title matches. The wrestlers really show out. I would call this match dense, and what I mean by that is the wrestlers made every move, every action feel like it was important. This was a match with 3 chapters. The first chapter is war outside the ring. This match made its way outside the ring pretty quickly, and weapons were aplenty by both teams. Starlight Kid tried to choke Tekla with a mic cord. Momo Watanabe used a chair on Julia. Tekla used a bucket and a belt on Starlight Kid, while Julia used an umbrella on both Starlight Kid and Momo. And poor Starlight Kid was even hogtied by Julia and Tekla for display on the ring apron. During all this, there was brawling between Odatai and Donald Del Mondo almost the whole time outside the ring. The second chapter was Julia versus Starlight Kid. After all the brawling outside, the match made its way back into the ring. Julia always wants to take the match to the next level, and Starlight Kid is a great dance partner who loves the attention. These two had great chemistry and went back and forth with high-impact moves with the exclamation point of a headbutt to close this chapter. The final chapter was Momo on a rampage. After Starlight Kid and Julia knocked each other down, Momo Watanabe and Tekla took over the match. Tekla, with the help of Julia, was able to wear down Momo Watanabe with devastating moves. Tekla went for her finisher, the Jujutako Death Drop, but Starlight Kid interrupted, then Momo went on her rampage. Momo Watanabe hit the B-driver, kick out, loads her boot with a wrench, kicks Tekla with a bit of help from a pipe shot from Starlight Kid, rope break, Black Peach Bomb, pin broken, assisted pendulum slam, then the Peach Sunrise suplex for the pinfall victory. It took 4 finishers to put Tekla away, and the champs successfully defended their belts. After the match, Starlight Kid asked who is next, and surprisingly the team they beat for the belts, Kaguma and Hazuki, came out. There was a hint that there may be a special stipulation added to this match, but nothing was announced. Considering these two last had a title match only a couple weeks ago, I would hope there was something to spice it up. And that was the show. It was a good show, and I would recommend the 2 Cinderella tournament matches, and especially the tag title match. The next Stardom show is on the 17th and will consist mostly of Cinderella tournament matches. This has been the Joshi Wrestling Recap for Stardom April 10th, 2022. Thanks for listening.